Hello, hello, colleagues, family members, and friends. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Dr. Pemberton of Endis Education. Today is Tuesday, June the 30th, 2026, and it's roughly around 10:45 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I wanted to get this video in before the day ends because we are wrapping up the month of June. And I love to come to you before, and do it throughout the month. I knew this month was going to be a little bit slow for me to connect because I was just doing some other things in regards to education. Plus, I wanted to take a lot of rest, but I wanted to get back to you before July the 1st because there are so many different things that are happening in our world of education. And so I wanted to touch bases with you and also just to check on you to see how you're doing. Now, listen, we are wrapping up the first 6 months of this year, the second quarter of this year. We're getting ready to walk into the third quarter, July the 1st. And so, as an educator, as a student, as a scholar, even as a parent of scholars, we have to start now preparing for the academic school year of 2026, 2027. So there are some wonderful things that we can look forward to, but there's also something that those of you who are parents with scholars in college, or if you are one of my colleagues who are attending college, then you should know by now, coming down the pipe, starting on July the 1st, there are huge changes that are happening, the shift with student loans, okay? So I took some notes on different articles that I read, and I want to share some things with you that I know that's going to be important to you. The first thing you should know is, of course, beginning on July the 1st, the federal student loan system is introducing new rules that will simplify repayment plans while also placing new limits on borrowing. So, for many borrowers, especially those who are in lower incomes, these changes could result in higher monthly payments compared to previous payment repayment plans. So, one of the most significant changes that has been reported is the phasing out of the Save Repayments Plan. That means if you are a borrower and you are currently in the SAVE repayments plan, you will need to transition to another eligible repayment plan option within the required timeline or risk being placed into a standard repayments plan. Okay. So in other words, you need to contact your loan servicing agency, determine what type of repayments plan you're in. If you are in a repayment plan, discuss with them because they are the professionals. I am not. I'm just sharing with you what I have read and Jean's perspective, but you need to speak to someone who is servicing your loan and hear from them what your options are. Make sure that you're in good standard because you do not want to be in default on your student loan. You do not want to do that. Okay. Now, if you are a student that is pursuing a graduate degree or professional degree, you will face stricter federal borrowing limits. Okay, so let me talk to you a little bit about the highlights of what that looks like. Annual and lifetime borrowing caps for graduate students now exist with this new plan. New limits for professional degrees, such as law and medicine, also exist. There is elimination of the new Graduate Plus loans for future borrowers and lifetime borrowing limits for Parent Plus loans. So supporters of these reforms believe that this will encourage colleges to control tuition costs and reduce excessive borrowing because we know going to college, it costs quite a bit of money. But critics of this new shift believe that, and they argue that the changes will make graduate education less accessible for students who rely heavily on federal financial aid. Okay, so now, borrowers, what should you do now? For me, I would recommend, if it was Jean, I would recommend that if you are currently on a repayments plan, then what you need to do is contact your loan servicing agency. Make sure, first of all, that you're in good standing. Talk to them, speak with them, and find out if changes that are happening starting on July the 1st will impact your repayments plan. And if so, what do you need to do to make sure that you're in good standing with your student loan? If you are a parent or if you are a scholar who is preparing to apply for federal loan for this upcoming academic school year, then you definitely want to talk to the campus financial advisors, ask them those important questions about what the expectations are. They are going to share with you the best practices. They're going to share with you in detail the expectations and what is available to you as a scholar for student loans. If you are a graduate student, then you also need to contact the financial department of your school to determine what financial aid is available to you if you decide to apply for financial aid, and what the expectations are, what caps there are, if the financial aid that you are able to receive will cover the total cost of your graduate degree. And if not, then you're going to have to come up with funds in order to be able to take care of that degree, the financial side of it. The other piece is look for scholarships. And let me tell you, I am an advocate for scholarships. There are a lot of scholarships out there, and my recommendation is to find out from your local organizations, your churches. There are nonprofit organizations that offer scholarships. There are Greek organizations, college organizations. Get with your department chair. They can let you know what scholarships are available as well. So you want to, if you can, find out what scholarships are available that can help you cover the cost of your education, which means that you also need to make sure that you do really well with your grades so that you can qualify for these scholarships. All right. So again, for more information in regards to student loans, what is available for student loans, what you can borrow in regards to student loans, and repayment of student loans. First of all, what's available, contact your school financial department. They can educate you on what that looks like for you as a current student, a future student, and if you are currently receiving financial aid. If you have graduated and you are now in the space of repaying on your student loan, make sure you contact your servicing loan agency so they can give you the up-to-date information regarding your student loan to let you know if you're on the correct repayments plan or if you have to make a shift and a change. Okay, so that's my information. Again, I am not a financial guru at all, but I did not want this month to end and we enter into July the 1st without sharing with you and encouraging you to stay on top of your finances when it comes to being an educator, an education rather, not an educator, but being an education as a scholar. Now, for more information about all things education from Jean's perspective, I'm not the expert, just my perspective, you can always go to my website, which is endaseducation.com. That's endaseducation.com. All right, you guys have an amazing 4th of July weekend. Be safe out there, and I can't wait to get back to you real soon. Take care.